What's up, YouTube? It's your buddy MadFox13, and today, as you see in that thumbnail, yes, we are going to be talking about things to keep your motorcycle safe. Now, these are going to be things that, that a whole lot of people use and to keep their motorcycle safe. I'm going to tell you the good side, the bad side, and I'm going to even explain stuff how a thief will even try to get around them. So first things first, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all the videos that your buddy MadFox13 makes. Not just only install videos, but you know what? Do-it-yourself videos, storytime videos, all kinds of videos. I haven't made prank videos yet, but I may do that soon. So first things first, all motorcycles come with what they call, some people call it a handlebar lock, some people call it a steering wheel lock, some call it a front wheel lock. I just call it the handlebar lock. So what that is right here in the ignition there is a lock, and what it does is, unlock it first, your front wheel and stuff can move and do whatever and stuff can move, but whenever you turn it all the way to the left, turn the key all the way to the left, then there you go. Not gonna move. Now, some motorcycles, like my dad's last Harley Davidson that he had, that isn't part of the lock. So I don't know if Harley Davidson still does this, but they put like it's on the side right here and stuff on Harleys. Like I said, I don't know if Harley Davidson still does this or not, but this is good right here. I mean, your handlebars don't move and everything. So whenever you go to if someone goes to pick up your bike and move it, or you go to move it and stuff, the bike is going to go to the left. Now, like I said, it's a good lock. It's what the factory puts in there for the safety. Now, I'm going to tell you the bad side of this. What a thief is going to do and stuff. Okay, now if you know what a furniture dolly is, I'm going to take, we're going to take you to the store and I'm going to show you what that is, what, they'll take and they'll put the front of your motorcycle on, and we'll be right back to the garage. Okay, we're here at the store, and this is what I'm actually meaning by whenever I said they can get something like this and just put your front tire up on, or even something like, well, I don't know about that because that's got the hole in the middle, but like this right here, they can use this to actually put your front tire of your motorcycle up on there, and they can just maneuver it wherever they want, like how they do with furniture, but they'd probably use a much more heavier duty one than that. So okay, so we're back at the garage, and yeah, you seen how I showed you that right there. Now what they're gonna do is they're gonna take the front wheel, they're gonna pick it up if they have more than one friend with them, and they're going to set that front wheel on there so they can move it wherever they want. Now also too, even if the thief has a couple of friends, like one or two or three, they'll put like a rope or a tie down, just pick up, put it up on there and just hold it and just do like that until they get to there. But this is the thing about it. If a thief has the right tools, if he has lock picks, what he will do is he'll lock pick this, turn this over. Now this, like I said, this is the deal about it. If it's the ignition, but if it's like how the Harley Davidson was, he's going to have to do both. But if it's just one where the lock is part of the ignition, then all he has to do is just take his pick lock that, get it undone, and then he can just turn the bike over, because I don't know if bikes actually come with chips like how vehicles does and their keys, but all he has to do is just do that, and then he can turn it all the way over to the switch, turn it on, crank it up, and go. Now, next thing we're going to be talking about is motorcycle covers. Now, really, I'm going to be truthful with you, a motorcycle cover, the only thing really it's going to protect your motorcycle from is from the elements, from pollen, and also 2 from birds using the bathroom onto it. So yeah, so this is the thing about it. You know, yeah, it'll keep your motorcycle safe from those things, but to a thief, don't think so. But I seen a video. I was watching videos on YouTube the other day, and I seen how this one guy goes and says in his video about how to keep motorcycles safe, how to do. He goes and says that, oh, you know, don't go buy an expensive motorcycle cover, buy a cheap one, okay? And he said that, you know, the thief is going to go for the more expensive looking motorcycle cover. Now, for money-wise and everything like that, okay, go for the cheap one because you don't want to be out a whole lot of money. But, I mean, if you got... But this is the thing about it. When it comes to a thief, they're not going to care, okay? The motorcycle cover that he was showing, that was the expensive one that he said a thief would go for, was the red one with a black bottom. So, and the cheap one was a blue one with a gray bottom. Now, here is why I disagree with his saying that a thief will go for the more expensive one, okay? Now, a thief, he ain't gonna care. He's not gonna care about the motorcycle cover. What he's gonna do is, he's going to lift that motorcycle cover up. He's gonna look on his phone on Google or even also too on Craigslist what that motorcycle goes for. He's gonna look at it real quick before he goes and takes off with it. Now, if he has a couple of buddies with them, they're gonna grab both bikes. They're not gonna care. Motorcycle covers, whenever you have them out on your motorcycles, when you're out at stores or malls or movie theaters or wherever, it's just a way for the thief to actually cover the motorcycle after they steal them, if they have them on a low boy or in the back of a truck. So, yeah. Now, the bad thing about a motorcycle cover, like I said first, it's good if you're at home, because whenever you take it off and you go for a ride, you can just put it in the garage or put it inside your house. But when you're out riding around, this is the thing about it. Where are you going to put it? Okay? You can't just... I mean, whenever you go and you get the motorcycle, it'll come with the motorcycle cover. It'll come with a little bag that you put it in there. But whenever you go and fold it and everything, it's not going to fit like how whenever you first opened it up, because they vacuum seal those to where they'll slip right in there and it's easy. So that's kind of like a little bit messed up, but oh well. But when you fold it down, it's not going to go back into that bag easy. But also, too, you're not going to be able to fit the motorcycle cover after you fold it up into the storage compartment. So unless you have saddlebags or a actual backpack or sports bag to take with you, nah, not going to do. So, like I said, the only thing a motorcycle cover will keep your motorcycle safe from is the elements. But if you want to make it hard onto a thief to actually go and keep them from taking the motorcycle cover off to where you can make it harder for them, okay. Now, motorcycle covers, they come with a little string to tie at the bottom where those little holes are. Okay, that string's good and all, but unless you're going to tie that thing in a knot and get the knot out every single time, nah. So if you're going to do something like that, even when you're at home, get a little chain like this. Because this is what I used to do with that truck cover over there. Whenever I had my red Ford Lightning, I would actually go and just slip these through the holes that actually where that string goes through instead, and then I'd take a small lock and I'd lock it to where, and I'd put the lock, I'd take the chain, I'd move it to where the person's not going to be able to get it. So yeah, if you want to make it harder onto a thief, that's the way to go. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is chains. There's all kinds of chains out there. You can go to Amazon, you can go to the stores. Now, the type of chains that you want to get a good chain. You don't want to get a little chain that that's not going to protect anything. Bicycle chains, please don't go do that. And also too, a chain I will tell you to stay away from for the lock to keep your motorcycle safe. Stay away from one of these type of chains. It's a wire chain. Now the only thing this is actually good for is doing with your motorcycle helmet, which, you know, I use this whenever I lock my helmet to my bike. But, you know, if a thief wants, all they have to do is get little cable cutters and just cut away. It's nothing for that to do that. But instead of going and buying a expensive chain, because I know some of them has that little liner deal that goes over them, and that, yeah, that's gonna protect them from bolt cutters, but that's not gonna protect them from other things that I'm gonna show you after this. Now, like I said, go get you a good chain. Go to a place that actually you can get a chain cut. You can get one as long as you want. Now, like I said, if you're wondering the reason why this chain is green, let's just say my brother-in-law cut this one off of his low boy, and, you know, he was just gonna just leave it there, just not gonna do nothing with it. He painted the low boy green, and so I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna take it. I always believe in, not just throwing everything away and everything. You'll find that if you have a use for it. So yeah, so there's different kinds of chains out there, but like I said, you want to get a good chain. Now you see how the difference is between these, okay? Now, like I said, you want to go with a good chain, but you want to get one cut to as long as you want. Now, whenever you go get a chain cut, you go to a store like Home Depot and you get one cut, don't go use a measuring tape or anything like that. Go and get one cut. If you want to get one cut and to know how long you need it, take a string or a rope. Measure how long you want it to be, because this thing about, you can cut it yourself if you have bolt cutters to do, but you just want it to be a good long chain. So now with every chain you need a lock. Now the locks I will tell you to stay away from is combination locks. Don't even waste your time with those, because this is the thing about it. Combination locks are just all they gotta do is just go through the combinations real quick. The ones like you see and stuff that's in school that usually people use for school lockers, the one that's got the little twisting combination onto it, those just are easy to break. Just don't get a combination lock. Here's one type of lock, paddock lock. This is a good one right here. It's going to be hard for bolt cutters to get that. Then you got one of these type of locks. Then let's just say and stuff, okay, you don't want to go for a whole entire expensive lock, not just like, so, you can go get you like a little lock like this. Now, I don't got the key for this one. Evidently, nephew Porky's lost the key for this, so. But this is the thing about it, okay? When it comes to locks, right here, what these are actually made of. Now, it's going to be a little bit tough for bolt cutters to go through this. I mean, if they got good bolt cutters, okay. Mostly, your thief doesn't want to spend a whole lot of money, so you won't get the expensive bolt cutters that's really good. So, but for a little chain, for a little lock like this, what I recommend is going and taking little nuts or even washers, just put around it and make it to where whenever you put it on something, okay, hold on. Okay, let's say I go and I put this lock on here. I'm going to take this extra room, this extra space, and I'm going to go and put bolts and washers and everything, just stuff that'll protect this. So it'll keep that chain right there. But also too, I mean, see, with this right here, That's what I like about that. It just slides over. There you go. And you just put little bolts, a couple of bolts, little nuts on there and stuff like that, or washers, and you know, it's going to be hard for them to get that, but with an angle grinder, yeah. Now, for whenever you use a chain, don't go and put it through your back. Don't go put it through your wheels or your rims, okay? Because all a thief has to do is just go and take the tires off. If they have the tools real quick, they ain't gonna care. They'll take the tires off, they'll replace the tires. Best thing to do is find somewhere on your body an open space to where you can go and take that chain and put it through the frame and the body of it. What I recommend doing is putting like right through here, but take whenever you go and put the lock, put it somewhere where it's going to be hard for them to reach. So it's going to be harder for them to go and get it cut and do all that, okay? But like I said, find somewhere on the body because they can take the wheels off. Don't put it on something like this that it'd be easy for them just to take off real quick because that's not going to work, okay? Now, your thief is going to have, for those with, when it comes to chains and locks, they're going to be using two types of tools. For starters, bolt cutters. Forgive me and stuff, my bolt cutters and stuff, yeah, they are old, but these suckers still cut. So what they will do is they will go and they'll use these. Now, let's just say and stuff, they'll not just also have these, they'll have one of these, an angle grinder with a metal cutting disc. Now I know what you're thinking and I know what you're going to be saying, but Mad Fox, you got to have electricity, don't you? Okay, for ones like these that are electric with a cord, yeah, but where they've made them now where you can go and put batteries into them, let's just say and stuff, yeah. So I just, that was a really good idea to do and stuff for whoever decided to do that. They came up with that idea, but overall, I'm not going to hold it against you. Oof. Now, the next thing we're going to be talking about is disc locks. Okay, now what are these? What is a disc lock? Okay, a disc lock is a lock that you put onto your brake disc. Now, there's some that are just like small ones you put on there. Some of them are actually, you know, just, some of them have alarms, some of them don't. But if you use one, if you use one, you know, if you're going to use one, go get two anyways, but put one on your front and your back. But also, too, stuff, the reason why I say put it onto your back one is because, you know, you don't want that back wheel to move. They can put it in neutral, roll it away, do it like that. But here is the bad thing about the ones that have the alarms onto them. So I met this one biker that actually showed me one before I was going to decide to buy one. And what he told me about his was, it's so annoying. For one, yeah, when you put it on, it's there and stuff. So unless you go to unlock it, you know, it's gonna stay on there unless you got the key. If you lose the key, yeah, you're gonna have to find a way to cut that off, which for a thief, angle grinder. Now let's just say, from what he told me and stuff, you know, you could barely even, the wind could touch it to make it just barely move and stuff, or someone just walked right past it, it would go off like crazy. He even told me that whenever he had it parked inside of his garage, it would go off like crazy. So yeah, that would get annoying. But this is the thing about it too. You know, I looked at it and you can't just fit this thing into your pocket or into your jacket pocket, okay? You're going to have to either have a saddlebag or you're going to have a backpack to put it in, because it's big and bulky, but also too, it's going to be going off like crazy if you don't have it locked. If you don't have it locked. If you don't have it unlocked. The guy told me and stuff, every time he goes anywheres, if he doesn't have it unlocked whenever he has it put away, it goes off. People think that he's even stolen his own motorcycle. So, yeah. Now, there's another type and stuff that's out there that's for, not just for that right there, but for the actual front brake and throttle. Now, what this one will do is it will hold your front brake to where it'll go hooked on like this and clamp together to keep your front brake connected to your throttle to where it's not going to move. But this is the thing about it. The problem is with that, if you lose the key, it's one of those type of keys like this right here that's a round key, and not really a whole lot of locksmiths does with that type of key. Good thing about it is you can slip it like into your pants pocket, like for instance I wear cargo pants, and you can just slip it into your pocket, do it like that. But all a thief has to do is just go and take an angle grinder and just cut the part that's like right here that's holding the brake. Or what they'll do is they'll go unhook the brake and they'll cut right here off, and they'll just go and pull it out and just do like that, and just have it just sitting down. So yeah, that's the kind of the problem with that. Now what we're going to be talking about is GPS systems. Okay, now I don't really trust GPS systems, especially for motorcycles, because okay, I have seen videos where people have actually went and had GPS systems put on their motorcycles. So sometimes you can get a good deal on Amazon and everything like that to actually get a little GPS tracker. Now you have to pay a company to track that. Now this one biker that was on the news, he went and they done a story about how this GPS tracking company, you know, they couldn't keep the live on to it right where it was at. They'd lose it. So, but this is the problem about it. Okay, some GPS trackers you have to wire in and everything, you know, but they're not 100% and stuff. So, would I trust a GPS tracker? Heck no. Now I know what some people are going to ask me. Well, Mad Fox, what about an Apple AirTag? Now that's a good question. That's a good question. Now there's a lot of crazy people out there now these days and stuff that's using these things on innocent people to track them to go to their houses and everything. Now, if you go and you use this type of GPS tracker, which is an Apple AirTag, you can put it wherever on your motorcycle, and how it actually tracks the live to right where it's at. It uses other iPhones' locations, their signals and everything, so you'll know where it's at to pinpoint the location. Now, if the thief, here's the bad side about it. If the thief has an iPhone, they're going to get an alert that there's an Apple AirTag near them. Now, the thief is going to go, they're going to look all over and stuff. They're going to take the fairings off. If they want to, they'll break everything off, because heck, they don't care and stuff. They got the bike. They don't care. They're going to look for it, and if they can't find it, they will dump the bike. They'll just take it and put it into the ditch, or just go and do whatever. So, Apple AirTag, nope, the thumbs down on that, because whenever they go and find out that there's Apple AirTag, they're going to be doing that, because mostly everybody uses a iPhone now these days, except for me. I don't use iPhones, don't like them. I'd rather take an iPhone and run it over with my motorcycle or my truck. Actually, to be honest with you, I've already actually done that. So now next thing, alarm system. Now I have an alarm system on this bike, but there's two different types of alarm systems out there. there is a alarm system that you have to wire in. So unless you're good with wiring, you'll have to take it to a place, but they'll have to hook it to your battery, okay? Now, like I said and stuff, I mean, I wouldn't want that. I mean, I didn't go with that. What I went with was this little thing. And it's the best little alarm ever. So this doesn't run on the battery. This actually runs on its own batteries. It's just AAA batteries. But first, where's it's locked now. I don't know if you can actually hear this and stuff, how this is all is. That's how you know it's activated. So, okay, I'm gonna hit the table. This is probably gonna hurt my ears, not y'all and stuff, because it's going through the camera and everything like that. So, there we go. That's the first. That's a warning. That's the warning to the thief. Get away, buddy. Get away. Go. So yeah, that's how it works, and it comes with this cool looking little remote. There's different types of, choose different types of tones. Oh, wait a minute, that's... Alright, I ain't messing with that no more, because I actually would rather, I like to hear and not have to lose my hearing for a while. So let's open this up. What this actually runs on, like I said, it runs on batteries. So if I can get it open. So it runs on AAA batteries. Now I'm gonna give you a little advice, okay? When it comes to these right here, when it comes to batteries, especially if you're gonna be using them on things, don't go and buy a big pack of batteries. Buy you some actual rechargeable batteries. Get the ones that you can recharge, because you'll save on money that way. Now, like I said, it runs on just these three. It's good. It's loud. Trust me, my ears are still hurting a little bit. Now, when it comes to this, what you want to do is you want to hide it somewhere where it's going to be hard for the thief to find. Now, this is the thing about with that right there, it's going to be making some noise while it's going to be making all that noise while the thief is trying to look for it. It's going to have people noticing. This is the thing about it. It's not going to stop the thief from just taking off with the bike, because he can make an excuse. Oh, yeah. But it will get people's attention. It will go and it'll get people's attention and everything. And if some people are actually good, they'll go and say, hey, no. Get it back from the motorcycle. If there's good people around, okay. So, now, the best thing I can tell you to definitely have is good insurance, okay? So with your insurance company, please make sure and stuff that they cover motorcycle theft, because a old friend of mine, his brother's motorcycle got stolen a long time ago. And what happened was, when he called his insurance people, they told him, even though he was paying so much money a month, they did not cover motorcycle theft. They would cover motorcycle, if the motorcycle was crashed or something like that. But when it comes to theft, no. So check and make sure that your motorcycle is covered with theft insurance, okay? Now, something that one old biker showed me that used to work up at the Walmart here where I live, what he would do to his bike to keep it safe, he would go and shift it into gear. He'd take the shifter off, then he'd go and take the clutch off. Then he'd just go and put them in his jacket pocket and walk off, because if you don't got a shifter, you can't shift it into neutral. So, yeah. But if it is in gear, all they'd have to do is just use the clutch and hold the clutch in. Now, if there is no clutch, okay. But still, you know, thieves will use furniture dollies for anything. So, you know, keep your motorcycle safe. Like I said, if you can come up with a good way and stuff, a good combination stuff, like for instance, like I said, alarm system. Get you an alarm system like I got. Get the front brake lock that I told you about, and even a disc brake and stuff, but just the one that don't got the alarm onto it. You want to make it harder onto the thief. You do not want them to have it easy. So don't let them have it easy. So until next time, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and as always, sayonara.